Hello, this is Mrs. Mason, and I am the art teacher at Jackson. And today we're going to attempt to do a second lesson for an art project. And we're going to be using smooth round stones. Now this is my second take because my phone fell. So I've already got started on what I'm doing, but you'll just have to bear with me. But anyways, we're going to do painting some rocks, and we're going to make them look like little cactus or cacti. So this is going to be kind of what it looks like for lesson 2. And the little flowers, you don't have to add those, but those are like off of fake flowers, and they can be hot glued or super glued on after the rocks have dried. So that's what it's going to look like when we're done. As far as what you need for materials, right here I have a list for lesson 2. You'll need a few clean round stones and paint, and I'm using green and whites mainly. You can also use nail polish. If you don't have what you need, use nail polish. But if it's old nail polish and it's real thick, you may want to put a few drops of fingernail polish remover in it to dilute it and make it more fluid so you can actually still use it as paint. You'll need brushes or a sponge or some Q-tips, something like that to be able to paint with. I'm sure your parents aren't going to want you to paint with your fingers, so that might be best to have some utensils to paint with. You'll need water, a paper plate, a paper towel, and if you don't have something to paint, like tiny areas, you can always use Sharpies to do the little lines when we're done. So that's the information you need right there. Now, I drew some little drawings of different styles of cactus that you could put on. So you could put on the actually needles. So you can be creative with how you make your designs for your cactus. I don't think you have to make it anything complicated. Just make what you think you're having fun with, okay? I don't want this to be difficult. I want you to remember it is not graded. I do keep track of who's participated, and you'll see that in your live grades. I just put a P in place of a grade. Does not average in as a grade. There'll be no grade. That's a directive from the county office, Mr. Hasselfluke. So no one will be given grades at this time until we're told otherwise to do so. Also, since you're participating and you let me know when you're done, I have Baby Yoda over here watching us as we paint. Hi! And at the end of the 9 weeks, I will be drawing a raffle of a name that is in this little drawing right here. I'm keeping every name in here. Every time you finish a lesson, whether it be on quizzes or whether it be an art project that I'm doing, like with the video, then I put your name on a piece of paper, I cut it out, and I put it in there. At the end of the 9 weeks, I'm going to do a drawing, and someone's going to be able to have Baby Yoda. So I'm just trying to encourage you to participate that way, and I hope you have fun. Now, I hope and pray my camera will stay in place and not fall like it did a few minutes ago. But I've got it weighted down, so hopefully this will work this time. So I've got everything set up for me to work. Baby Yoda in the background is going to be watching us while we're doing it. So what I'd already said that I already did from the first take of the video is you need to have a base color, and I have my stone as something so I can move it, but I don't have to touch my stone. So I've got it in a little container. Over here, this one I already did from yesterday, so I could show you how to do the detail. You don't have to paint the bottom because it's going to be down in the ground or in the pebbles in your little planter. But I just took a piece of paper towel holder or toilet paper holder and cut it so it would have a pedestal to work on, so I can move it and not have to keep touching it. So just wanted you to see that. Now what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and paint the base color. Make sure you get down in all the little grooves, and if you notice, I'm turning it as I go. So get that down in every little groove, and however many rocks you're going to do, go ahead and just do them all at one time while you have your paint out. That way you don't have to keep making messes every time you do it. I'm just going to show you these for right now for the purpose of time. I'm trying to keep these videos somewhat short so that it's not, going to be too boring to like listen to me for on and on and on and on. So I know that can be boring. I know that sometimes I have to like get onto you in class and say, hey, pay attention. So I really miss that. I don't have anyone to like yell at. I don't have anyone to say good job. I don't have anyone to give crackers to or anything like that. It's so lonely over here. I just have Baby Yoda and my dogs. Okay, so now that I've got it painted, this one is dry, so I can go ahead and start. And on this side, I was going to show you how I'm doing one type of little design, and I'm just going to do like little random marks all over. So it's really pretty easy. Now, if you want to do something different, go ahead. If you just want to paint rocks, go ahead. But I just thought I would give you something that would be three-dimensional because we're working with shape, we're working with color, line, and form. Form is three-dimensional anything. All right, so when we talk about elements of art, there's 7 elements of art. I wish you were all in class so I could teach that to you right now. But right now, all I'm doing is I'm just adding little marks to make it for my needles on my cactus. And it's just kind of fun. I hope it's fun. I like it. I love painting. Next time, I think we're going to be doing something with origami. So save some pieces of paper or tissue paper for or wrapping paper for the holidays is great to do origami with. So our next lesson, I'll be teaching you a few things to do with origami. And you may be able to get that to people who are in nursing homes. I'm kind of hoping a lot of the projects that we're doing this 9 weeks, at least for now, as long as we're doing it online and virtual, that you might be able to share that with people who are either locally in nursing homes or people down on your street that you know are alone and can't have visitors, or they don't have family members local. So this is how I did, and I'm the art teacher. It's not that hard. I wasn't too worried about how beautiful or ugly it was going to be. Some of you will be more particular because you just are. This is the way you're wired. I know Julia will be really picky, and that's always a good thing, I guess, because she's super good. So I know a lot of you will be picky. And that does make your work better when you put more care into it. But remember, it's not for a grade. It's just for participation. If you don't do it, you're not in trouble. I won't give you reminders. I won't send you to Mr. Kisner. So you're not going to be in trouble. Now, on the back side, I wanted to do a different idea so that you can see what your options are. Now, I'm going to rinse out my brush. Always rinse out your brushes and make sure that you get them clean, because this is permanent paint and it'll stiffen your brush and ruin it if you don't clean it. So always make sure that you clean it until the water's clean, and I'll have to clean this more at the sink later. But I just dab it on the bottom of my water container, and it gets it to come out faster. So that's how I get it clean. It will not be clean right now, but it's going to be clean enough until I can clean it after this video. Now, I'm going to take a marker, and you can use whatever you have. This is what I have of my very own markers. These aren't the school's markers. This is Mrs. Mason's little stash at home, because at Christmas time and holidays, everybody thinks, oh, she's an art teacher, so she probably wants art supplies. I love art supplies. I love everything like this. So yes, it works. So I'm just going to say, I want to go with purple, and I'm going to make a different design. And I really love this little design right here. So I'm going to, on the back side, I'm going to make this design. And I'm going to use Sharpie. Instead of painting, I'm going to use Sharpie. So this one's dry, this one's not. So I'll just make these little star shapes. And I will try to be neater. And they're like X's with another line through it. And lots of times when I'm working, I try to put my hand against the edge of the stone so I'm not as wiggly like this. Some of you are like little old ladies like this if you're not holding and touching something to kind of firm up your movement. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this all over, okay? All over on that side. I love it. I think it's adorable. So that's going to be my cactus needles on this one side. Now, obviously, I'm cheating because I'm trying to demonstrate a style over here by painting it, and I'm demonstrating a style over here by using Sharpies. So you have some options there. But basically, that is kind of the whole lesson in a nutshell. You just do several of them. And then when they're done, you can put them down in the ground outside in a little cluster, or put them in a little tiny pot with rocks. Doesn't have to be a big pot like what you saw right here. Doesn't have to be like this. It can be a smaller garden, a little plant garden. So you don't have to do something that big, but they're really adorable. And to get stones, if you don't have stones, look outside around your house. If you live close to a little creek, have your parents go with you. Don't go by yourself in case you slip and hurt yourself. I'm not saying that you're clumsy, but just in case you are, or you have an accident, or you want to be safe, we practice safety here if we can. So when you're done painting them, they don't have to be in a pot yet, but when you're done painting, I'd say 2 or more. Then give me a picture of them, and I'll give you credit for having participated. Or write your name down on a piece of paper, and bam, it will go into the drawing. So I hope that you have a good day. I hope that you're trying to enjoy being with your family. Get outside today. It's beautiful. This project I would like to have done. This is Thursday, April 2nd, and I'd like to have the latest that I would like to see this done would be next Thursday, April 9th. So Thursday to Thursday will be the instruction time for these projects, and that's pretty much it. I hope you have a good day. I do miss you guys. I wish I could teach in person, but right now we've got to stay safe. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.